Jaya Radha Madhava Kunda Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Yasodanandana Brajajana Yasodanandana Brajajana Yamuna Tira Yamuna Tira Radha Madhava Kunja Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Govinda Radha Govinda Vishaka, Lalita Vishaka, Lalita Vishaka, Jaya Lalita Krishna Valara, Krishna Valara, Krishna Valara, Jaya Krishna Valara. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya First of all, I would like to welcome the guest. You must be students. Where? In Makati. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Simate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyabhati Paschatya Deshatarine Amagyana Timirandasya Gyanangyana Salakaya Chaksurun Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Sejuta Padakamalam Shri Gurung Vaisnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Ditam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Shah He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Visabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Vipashindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 19, performing the Pumshavana ritualistic ceremony. We're in the last few verses now. There is no purport. Actually, this is the last two verses for this chapter, and there is no purport, and therefore we're going to read the next canto, 7th canto, and the first chapter, The Science of God. I'll read myself the translation, the Sanskrit, and the translation of 26 to 28 verses, and then we all read together the first sloka. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Kanyacha Bindita Samagra Lakshanam Patintu Avira Kata Kilbisangatim Mita Pajajiva Shuta Daneshwari Sudurvaga Subhaga Rupam Agriyam Vinde Dirupa Viruja Vimuchate Ya Amaya Vindriya Kalyadeham Etat patang abhyujaye cha karmani ananta tripti pitri devatanam tusta prayachanti samasta kaman humavashani huta bhukshi harischa rajang mahan marutang janma punyam dite pratang chabihitang mahatte. If an unmarried girl observes this brata, she will be able to get a very good husband. If a woman who is avira, who has no husband or son, executes this ritualistic ceremony, she can be promoted to the spiritual world. A woman whose children have died after birth can get a child with a long duration of life and also become very fortunate in possessing wealth. If a woman is unfortunate, she will become fortunate. And if ugly, she will become beautiful. By observing this vrata, a diseased man can gain relief from his disease and have an able body with which to work. If one recites this narration while offering oblations to the Pitas and demigods, especially during the Shraddha ceremony, the demigods and inhabitants of Pitraloka will be extremely pleased with him and bestow upon him the fulfillment of all desires. After one performs this ritualistic ceremony, Lord Vishnu and his wife, Mother Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, are very pleased with him. O King Parikshit, now I have completely described how Diti performed this ceremony and had good children, the Maruts, and a happy life. I have tried to explain this to you as elaborately as possible. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 6th canto, 19th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Performing the Pumshavana Ritualistic Ceremony. End of the 6th canto. Now, 7th canto, the science of God. Chapter 1, the Supreme Lord is equal to everyone. In this chapter, in response to a question by Maharaj Parikshit, Sukadeva Goswami gives his conclusions concerning how the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although the Supersoul, friend and protector of everyone, killed the Daityas, the demons, for the sake of Indra, the king of heaven. In his statements, he totally refutes the arguments of people in general who accuse the Supreme Lord of partiality. Sukadeva Goswami proves that because the body of the conditioned soul is infected by the three qualities of nature, dualities arise such as enmity and friendship, attachment and detachment. For the Supreme Personality of Godhead, however, there are no such dualities. Even eternal time cannot control the activities of the Lord. Eternal time is created by the Lord and it acts under His control. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, therefore, is always transcendental to the influence of the modes of nature, Maya, the Lord's external energy, which acts in creation and annihilation. Thus, all the demons killed by the Supreme Lord attain salvation immediately. The second question raised by Parikshit Maharaj concerns how Shishupal, although inimical toward Krishna from his very childhood and always blaspheming Krishna, attained salvation in oneness when Krishna killed him. Sukadeva Goswami explains that because of their offenses at the feet of devotees, two attendants of the Lord in Vaikuntha named Jai and Vijay became Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha in Satya Yuga, Ravana and Kumbhakarna in the next Yuga, Treta Yuga, and Shishupal and Dantavakra at the end of Dwapara Yuga. Because of their fruitive acts, Jai and Vijay agreed to become the Lord's enemies. And when killed in that mentality, they attained salvation in oneness. Thus, even if one thinks of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in envy, he attains salvation. What then is said to be of devotees who always engage in the Lord's service with love and faith? Next text. Everybody please repeat after me. 7th Canto, Chapter 1, text number 1. Sri Raja Uvacha Samapriya Surit Brahman Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam Indrasyarte Katam Daityam Abadhid Vishamo Yata Sri Raja Uvacha Samapriya Surit Brahman Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam Indrasyarte Katang Daityam Abadhid Vishamo Yata. Somebody else.
Sri Raja Uvacha Samapriya Surit Brahman Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam Indrasyate katam daitya Avadi Vishamo Yata Sirajo Vacha
Samapriya Sri Brahman
Samapriya Sri Brahman
Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam
Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam
Indrasyate Katam Daitya
Indrasyate katam daitya
Avadi Vishamo Yata
Avadi Vishamo Yata
Virajo Vacha
Virajo Vacha
Samapriya Suri Brahman
Samapriya Sri Brahman
Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam
Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam
Indrasyate Katham Daityan
Indrasyate katam daitya
Avadi Visamo Yata
Avadi Vishamo Yata
Mataji.
Virajo Vacha Samapriya Suri Brahman Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam Indrasyate katam daitya Avadi Vishamo Yata
Word for word meaning. Hold on. Sri Raja Uvacha.
Virajo Vacha
Maharaj Parikshit said, Sama, equal, Priya, beloved, Surit, friend, Brahman, O Brahmana, Sukadev, Bhutanam, toward all living entities, Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, Vishnu, Swayam, himself, Indrasya, of Indra, Arte, for the benefit, Katang, how, Daityan, the demons, Avadit, killed, Vishama, partial, Yata, as if. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. King Parikshit inquired, my dear Brahmana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, being everyone's well-wisher, is equal and extremely dear to everyone. How, then, did he become partial like a common man for the sake of Indra and thus kill Indra's enemies? How can a person equal to everyone be partial to some and inimical toward others? Everybody please repeat. King Parikshit said, or inquired. King Parikshit inquired, my dear Brahmana, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, being everyone's well-wisher, is equal and extremely dear to everyone. How, then, did he become partial for a common man for the sake of Indra and thus kill Indra's enemies? How can a person equal to everyone, be partial to some, and inimical toward others? Purport. In Bhagavad Gita 9:29, the Lord says, Samohang sarvabhuteshu namedvesho sti na priya. I am equal to everyone. No one is dear to me, nor is anyone my enemy. In the previous canto, however, it has been observed that the Lord sided with Indra by killing the demons on his account. Hata putra diti shakra parshni grahena vishnuna. Therefore, the Lord was clearly partial to Indra. Although he is the super soul in everyone's heart, the soul is extremely dear to everyone, and similarly, the super soul is also dear to everyone. Thus, there cannot be any faulty action on the part of the super soul. The Lord is always kind to all living entities, irrespective of form and situation, yet he took the side of Indra just like an ordinary friend. This was the subject of Parikshit Maharaj's inquiry. As a devotee of Lord Krishna, he knew very well that Krishna cannot be partial to anyone. But when he saw that Krishna acted as an enemy of the demons, he was somewhat doubtful. Therefore, he posed this question to Sukadeva Goswami for a clear answer. A devotee cannot accept that Lord Vishnu has material qualifications. Maharaj Parikshit knew perfectly well that Lord Vishnu, being transcendental, has nothing to do with material qualities. But to confirm his conviction, he wanted to hear from the authority, Sukadeva Goswami. Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur says, Samasya katang vaishamyam. Since the Lord is equally disposed toward everyone, how can he be partial? Priyasya katang asureshu priti abhabha. The Lord, being the super soul, is extremely dear to everyone. Why then should the Lord display unsympathetic behavior toward the asuras? How is this impartial? Suridas chakatang teshu asohardham. Since the Lord says that he is Suridam Sarvabhutanam, the well-wisher of all living entities, how can he act with partiality by killing demons? These questions arose in the heart of Parikshit Maharaj, and therefore he inquired from Sukadeva Goswami. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purport and the 7th canto, chapter 1. Supreme Lord is equal to everyone, text number 1. Siraja Vacha Samapriya Surid Brahman Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam Indrashyarte Katang Daityam Avadhid Vishamo Yata. Yes, the Supreme Lord is equal to everyone. Samapriya Surid Brahman is equal to everyone. And the Bhagavad Gita quoted here by Srila Prabhupada. We'll go read that one. Chapter 9, text. Can you remember? 29. Samoham. Samohang sarvabhutesu name dvishyo stina priya ye bhajanti tumang bhaktya mayi titesu chapi aham. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all, but whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I'm also a friend to him. Yes, this chapter is like the beginning of it's like introducing us to the pastime of the Supreme Lord, Lord Nrsimhadev, saving his devotee Prahlad Maharaj. But it goes back even in the third canto, whereby there is a story of the Char Kumaras. The first thought, the four Kumaras thought that you're not supposed to be here yourself, because how can you stop us? Why are you stopping us? You don't know who we are? And therefore, we curse you to take birth in the material world. So meanwhile, Lord Narayan, he was actually listening, and he knew what's going on. So he came out, and the four Kumaras mentioned that this is happening. So this is the case now that the superiors or the master, he is responsible for the actions of his subjects or his servants. So it applies to all of us. We are followers of Srila Prabhupada, and therefore we have to conduct ourselves in such a way to protect the integrity of Srila Prabhupada. So he was given, Lord Narayan gave the choice for this Jai and Vijay, because they have to accept the curse of these brahmanas, these Char Kumaras. So they were given choice to take birth in the material world 3 times. What's that? 3 times as demons, yes, or 1 time as devotees. 7. Is that how many?
3 times as demons.
3 times as demons, and then how many times as devotees? 7 times. Yes, 7 times. 7 times. So they talked with each other, and they said eventually, our dear Lord, we want to take birth as demons 3 times. So they chose that so that they can be again reinstated quickly to their post. So the question is this, again, they are devotees, but then they chose to be demons. And these were all planned by Lord Narayan to exercise his fighting spirit, because no one else can fight with the Lord. The demons are just like small mosquitoes. They will like flick like this. But as devotees, then you'll have a good fight with them. So they became this Jai and Vijay. They became Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. So now Hiranyaksha was killed by Varahadev, and the story goes whereby King Indra also, to protect King Indra, many demons were killed by Lord Narayan. So seemingly that the Lord is impartial. Seemingly that the Lord, if he's equal to everyone, which is the right question by Parikshit Maharaj, which later on the whole narration will be narrated by Narad Muni to Yudhishthir Maharaj, the story of Prahlad Maharaj, how is it that if the Lord is impartial, that means he is equal to everyone, how is it that is seemingly that he is siding with the demigods and he will protect them, and on the other hand, Lord Narayan will kill the demons. So the whole canto, the whole episode of this story is to illustrate to us that the Lord is equal to everyone. Is equal to everyone. Seemingly, in the eyes of non-devotees, the Lord is siding with his devotees. But no, sometimes even the demons that were killed by Lord Vishnu or Lord Narayan, some of his other incarnations, they also attain moksha. So this equality of the Supreme Lord mentions here. I envy no one, nor I am partial to everyone. I am equal to all. He doesn't have a friend, he doesn't have an enemy. Let me see that one. Chapter 4, text 22, I think. No, it's chapter 4. Meaning that no one is my friend and no one is my enemy. They're all equal to me. But the Lord reciprocates according to our relationship with Him. And the more one is surrendered unto Him, then He also rewards them accordingly. Was that yeyatamam prapajante tam stataiva vajamyam? As they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. So now, Prabhupada gave a few examples of how we can see that the Lord is equal to everyone, just like the sun. The sun will give the sunlight, the sun rays, and if you want to take advantage, especially early in the morning, you can get the energy coming from the sun. Or you can stay inside, and then you will not get the energy coming from the sunlight. Yes, the sun purifies everything, even the stool. Or there's another, because of the sun, gets purified. Even the poison gets purified. We get healthy and the poison gets purified. Another example of Prabhupada has given is that of a judge. A judge. In the court, what is the symbol of equality? There is this lady with blindfold, yes, and she's holding the timbangan, the weight, right? Yeah, the scale. And how does the scale looks like? Is it tipped on the other side? No, it's equal, and she's blindfolded. So the judge will award the innocent and will punish the criminal. But when the criminal is being punished, it's not to give him harm, so that he will learn his lesson, not to repeat the same mistake again, the heinous act that he did. So seemingly a person who says, why? I've seen a video, it's like 10 lifetimes the judgment. You'll be in prison and no qualify for eligible for parole. It's very heavy. 10 lifetimes. So, oh, wow, what is he not be able to get out? But could be. Huh? The king is like that also. He can pardon even the criminal, the worst of the criminal, if he sees that he is reformed. So, but he's equal. The judge is equal to the innocent. He will set him free. Yes. Another example Prabhupada has given here of equality is that of a mother. The child is very sick and the child needs injection of medicine. So the mother will go to the doctor and have the child be injected with the medicine. Now, the child doesn't want this injection. It's also very painful. Long needle like this. Just by looking at the needle, the child will cry. So, but the mother has to follow the doctor's prescription that your child needs an injection. So seemingly the mother is punishing the child, hurting the child. But it is not. It's for the cure of the child's disease. So similarly, Krishna deals with everyone equally. As we've heard in the purport, see the purport again. Yes, it may seem that the Lord was clearly partial to Indra, although he is super soul in everyone's heart. But the super soul is also dear to everyone. It's like the soul is extremely dear to everyone. So there is no fault in action on the part of the super soul. The Lord is always kind to all living entities, irrespective of form and situation. Yet he took the side of Indra just like an ordinary friend. So yes, seemingly, it's like, again, another example. I'm remembering now. A teacher, he will teach the whole class the subject matter to be learned. Now, if some of the students will not do their homework, so the teacher will give a homework, the teacher will still continue teaching them. But then, if there is, it's like sometimes teacher, we have pet student. You ever heard of that? Were you a pet student when you went to school? So the pet student is like the favorite of the teacher, and the teacher will give more and more attention to this pet student, knowingly that the teacher would like the pet student to become more and more intelligent, knowledgeable. So the pet student will be given special attention by the teacher, even though the teacher will teach everyone, but the pet student especially. So similarly, for the devotees of the Supreme Lord, the Lord takes special attention to them. It is says that within the heart, even though we're all in the heart of Krishna, all the living entities, but there is a statement also that within the heart of the Supreme Lord, the devotee resides. And within the heart of the devotee, the Lord resides. Even to other species of life, Paramatma resides within their heart. But especially though, the main difference is that the intimacy, the relationship of the devotees towards the Supreme Lord, how the Supreme Lord seemingly subjugate himself in order to serve his own devotees. The more one gets the association, the closeness with Lord Krishna in serving him, that means the devotee is dear and more dear and most dear. But nevertheless, everyone who's serving the Lord, even though we're very far away, just like we want to serve the spiritual master, we may not have that close proximity of being with the spiritual master at all times, but following his instructions, we become dear to him. And those who are serving him with intimacy day after day after day, they must have accrued very huge pious credits. But again, the spiritual master accepts everyone's service. Even though the spiritual master may be very far away, but he also, within his heart, he always remembers his disciple who is serving wholeheartedly and without any self-interest. So the same thing with Lord Krishna. There is Nanda Maharaj, Mother Yasoda, the cowherd boyfriends, the cowherd girlfriends. There are other also living entities. Even 5,000 years ago when Lord Krishna entered Mathura, everyone who has a relationship with him sees him in a different vision, different personalities. The wrestlers, they see Krishna and Balaram just like young kids. There are these society girls on top of the rooftop, and when they saw Lord Krishna, deep within their hearts, they embraced him. So Kamsa sees him as death personified. So different. They may be close, but they were aware. Some of them are aware of Krishna as the Supreme Lord, and some of them are not aware. So, a devotee of the Lord, he knew very well that Krishna cannot be partial to anyone. But when he saw that Krishna acted as the enemy of the demons, he was somewhat doubtful. So this chapter will clear our doubt. This chapter clears our doubt that Krishna is partial. He's actually impartial. He's equal to everyone. And the greatest enemy, I was just reading, the greatest enemy that makes us this doubtful about Krishna is envy. Is envy. Because the demons, they are envious of Krishna. Krishna's position. They cannot take it. Hey, how come he is being worshipped by everyone? The demons, they know Krishna is God, but they don't accept it. They know, like Hiranyakashipu, he knew Lord Vishnu is God, but he doesn't accept him as God. He wants to be God. He wants to be God. He wants to replace. So they're killed, but they attain moksha. It's like all of these soldiers in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. All of them who were killed there, they also all attain moksha. Even the enemies of the Pandavas, ultimately. But we should not, you see, we should not be in that position that, oh, I can be inimical, I can be an enemy of Lord Krishna, and I also attain moksha. What is the difference then? As a devotee, they also attain moksha. But that liberation that the demons attain, sayuja. Sayuja. What is sayuja mukti? It means merging into this, again, effulgence. And because there are no activities there, then eventually they come down again. Some, they attain liberation, becoming a nurse like Putana, because her intention is to feed Krishna. Her main intention is to kill him, but in the guise of being a mother, trying to feed Krishna with having her breast be smeared by poison. Yes? So it says that she become a mother in the spiritual world. That of like a nurse. There are 7 mothers, right? It's the one who took care of us when we were young. Yaya, we call it Yaya, right? Yeah, they're also motherly affection. So yes, Krishna is equal to everyone. No one is his enemy, no one is his friend. But he gives special attention towards his devotees, that seemingly he will put himself in a lower position because not of the devotees, because of the love of the devotees. So that's why sometimes it says that bhakti is greater than Bhagavan. The bhakti of the bhakta is greater than Bhagavan. So there are 3: bhakti, bhakta, and Bhagavan. And these 3 are very, very rare. We cannot find them at all times. We cannot see them at all times. A genuine devotee is very rare. A pure devotee, very rare. Like diamond. Diamond is very rare. Real diamond. Well, man-made diamond, you can find them easily. Bhakti, the pure devotion of a devotee, is very rare to witness because of our contaminated state. We're still in the conditioned state. We're just trying to do bhakti. We're just endeavoring to touch the outer layer of bhakti. Because bhakti is more internal. It is not external. It is external also, but Genuine bhakti is more internal than external. The more we have the taste for hearing and chanting, then the more our bhakti will become developed. So what about Bhagavan? Bhagavan also very rare to come. Not every yuga. After 1,000 yugas, 999 yugas, no, but then the 1,000 yuga, he will come. That is a lot. That means not just yuga, this is, what do you call, 4 yugas, kalpa. So 1,000 kalpas. That's quite a long time for Lord Krishna to come again and Lord Chaitanya to come again. Of course, every Kali Yuga, the Yuga Dharma is the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. But this Yuga is very special because this Yuga, one can attain Braja Prem. In other Yugas, Vaikuntha Prem. So how fortunate we are. And anyone who would take advantage of this Yuga Dharma, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, will become dear to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Is the most magnificent incarnation. That's why Jaya Vijay, they appeared for the 4th time. Their agreement is only 3 times to take birth. But then when they found out that the most magnificent incarnation of the Lord, Mahabhadanyaya, most magnificent incarnation of the Lord, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, will appear in Kali Yuga. So even though Shishupal and Dantabhakra, that will be supposed to be their last birth, to go back to their post, they said, we're going to wait. Because next Yuga, Kali Yuga, that means now, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming. So they took that personalities to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and especially of Lord Nityananda. They took birth as Jagai and Madhai. So they extended their stay. So yes, the Lord is equal to everyone. Let me see here. A little bit from my note. We should pray so that we'll be able to understand the position of the Supreme Lord. We should pray every day. O Lord, please remove envy from my heart. Let me always see your justice and mercy through Sastra, and let my surrender become steady and joyful. Yes, it's 5:11 or 4:11. Let me see that 4:11. Oh yes. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Prita. So we should see also that sometimes we're having difficulties. That difficulties actually is for our own benefit to purify us when we execute bhakti. It's not that everything is smooth on the path of bhakti. There are some tests also that we have to overcome or to pass. The more one becomes mature in bhakti, the greater the test will be. And therefore, we have to somehow make it in such a way that this is only for my own purification. For my own purification. We should strengthen our bhakti habits by hearing, chanting, doing service, sadhu sangha. So in this way, we'll be protected by the Supreme Lord. I will stop here now. You have any questions or comment? Hare Krishna. We're entering a new chapter and a new canto. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, the story of Prahlad Maharaj could be the longest, many chapters. Any question? Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj, for a very wonderful class. You made a lot of great points. One was about how when we receive punishment, it's actually not punishment, it's a lesson.
Yes.
It's a lesson to be learned. And if we don't learn our lesson, then it repeats.
Yeah, and then we'll become a spoiled brat.
So how do we move from like being third class learners to first class? Right?
So we should be introspective, check our consciousness. Is my envy going? Is my relationship with the devotees are in harmony? Is there any peace? Do I have a peace of mind? Do I feel guilty because I'm not straightforward? Am I having a light heart, not heavy heart, carrying so much inside? Yes. The punishment is for our to be reformed and ultimately for our protection, so that ultimately we learn that I have to improve. I have to. The process actually is easy, but I'm the one who's making it difficult because I'm contradicting. I'm challenging. I'm not allowing myself to go with the flow. I want to go against the current. Prabhupada has given us a very simple formula, and if we cannot follow that, then the difficulty comes. Am I willing to follow whatever Srila Prabhupada has given to us, the spiritual master has told me? So, yes, correction actually is mercy when the disease is removed. So we are spiritually diseased here. Material disease that can be corrected by some expert doctor. So spiritual disease, they can be mitigated, they can be corrected, they can be cured by the expert guidance direction coming from the spiritual master. So we should allow ourselves to be cured. We should allow ourselves to be cured by following the process. That's why our body, our intellect, and the soul has to be in one straight line. You should not work too hard, or you'll not be able to follow the regiments of sadhana bhakti. If you're feeling tired, take a little rest. But you have to also be alert. If you're falling asleep in the class, that means something is wrong. Either you or me. But I'm awake. Otherwise, I'm not be able to speak something. Or maybe what I'm saying is boring. But if I'm only repeating what Prabhupada says, how can it be boring? Yes, it is boring because we are diseased. We've heard of this before, Maharaj. How come you keep on repeating what we've heard of this before? But we have to keep reminding this. Reminded of. Yes. Yes.
Also the laziness.
Huh?
The laziness in
Laziness, liturgy. Liturgy is more. Lazy is like here, and liturgic is higher. And yeah, we're lazy. This is the symptom of Kali Yuga. Not lazy working 9 to 5 in the factory without, be able to meet all the expenses. The people still work. But we have to be, not lazy spiritually. This is one of the symptoms of Kali Yuga. People are lazy in spiritual matters, spiritual advancement. Yeah. Any other points? Any reflection from what we mentioned today? It's a paradox. What's paradox means? He's equal to everyone, yes, yet he favors the devotees. It's paradox. That means contradictory, isn't it? But it's not contradictory. For the non-devotees, seemingly it is contradictory. Yes. Yes.
The other paradox would be is that I'm free but actually not free.
What's that?
We are free but actually we are not so free.
We are free?
We have free will but actually we are not so free.
No, because the reaction of the reaction. The free will is like a gem. It's a gem. You have to keep it in a safe place. You don't put it everywhere. No, that means you have to take care of the free will to use it properly. Because the consequence, this is what we have to face. If we misuse, and even though knowingly, it's like a cat. We have a cat in Batangas, in Denmark. Cat is always coming on top of my lap while I'm eating. So how many times I have to tell Gordai Prabhu, push this, and then come back again. And sometimes those who are cruel masters, they'll beat the cat. Yeah? But then the cat will come back again. So how many times we're going to be beaten up before we can realize that I have to really shape up, have to manage myself in such a way that I do not suffer anymore. Because once we've learned our mistakes, then we don't want to repeat the same mistakes again and again. Because the consequence is like painful. It is the most painful is that being separated from the devotees. That is the most painful, to be not have the association of devotees. We don't want to reach that far. That will only come when we become offensive to the devotees, start criticizing them or blaspheming them, finding faults in them. We can commit offenses to ourselves, but don't commit offenses towards others. Heavy. Krishna within the heart is the one who's feeling the pain when it's inflicted towards his devotees. Yeah, the free will, we have to take care of that.
It's like, it seems
You
like
don't have another mic, Radhanath Prabhu,
I don't know.
because we cannot hear, they cannot hear.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I just want to ask that it seems that there's also a tendency for devotees to blame temple.
To blame the
Yeah.
temple? Yeah.
Things do not go well in their lives. I've seen it several times.
Mm-mm.
There's always a tendency. Why isn't that? Then the spiritual life gets to be blamed, or that decision that we made to take up temple life becomes blamed. I've seen it several times actually.
Yeah, Prabhupada says, I'm going to tell you what Prabhupada says. Prabhupada says, if a devotee lives, it's not surprising. It is surprising if they stay. Now, if a devotee lives, it's 50% fault, not just the temple's fault. 50-50. So it's like love is reciprocation. So there must be some reciprocation from the devotee. We're taking care of you, all of your needs, medical, food, shelter, everything. But what do we expect from the devotee? We expect the devotees only to follow what Prabhupada says, but told us to do some practical service, come for the morning program, go out and preach, or do something which will help the Sankirtan mission. If that is being agreed upon between the temple and the devotee who's serving at the temple, I don't think there'll be anything wrong. Yeah, if we are providing your health care, your emotional care, also some you may see mentorship is there, or is that guidance? So that's why devotees, if they have some issues internally that they're trying to clear, they should approach the authorities or tell it to another devotee whom you feel be able to help you. Don't keep it to yourself. If you keep it to yourself, then you think, it's their fault, not my fault. It's the temple's fault. That's why I'm like this. Maybe, but did you tell this to somebody else? Did you tell it to the authorities or your head of department? As long as we have this body, there's always going to be problem. Physically, mentally, intellectually. But as I said earlier, the soul, the intellect, the physical part of the body, they have to be aligned. They have to be balanced. Some devotees, they work too hard, they forget their physical health. They're always active. Then they'll get sick. They cannot think properly now because they're so active. The soul is very active, but it has to be balanced. Yeah. Your health, mentally, intellectually, physically. Then the soul, then you will act in your soul proper. You'll be acting the way the soul acts. Then that is spiritual now. Then we're not mental. We're not emotional. Yes. So 50-50. We cannot blame the temple completely. If something is wrong with me, I need help. If I don't take help, more problem will come. And I don't want to blame anybody except myself. That is proper understanding. Yeah? Okay? We stop here now. Any more points? Maturanath Prabhu, do you have any question? Yes? Navadvi Prabhu? No points? Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanandi, Hari Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.